Here's Governor Shapiro, who was on MS Now last night, talking about his potential aspirations to run for president. Of course, he'll play a key role in bracketing the president today on visits to the state. Here's Governor Shapiro.
My question is about in the conversation with Tim Alberta. Why did you feel the need to correct the record that the vice president put out there, or give your, weigh in on it? Is it because you're running for president, or you're exploring, thinking about a presidential run?
No, Simone, I was asked for my reaction to a statement that he said the vice president said that simply wasn't true, and I was pointing that out. And that was, I think it's also important to note, that was before the book actually came out, and it was represented to me through that author. Look, here's the thing. I've got respect for the former vice president, and I think we do everyone a disservice when we focus on looking backwards instead of looking forwards in terms of what we're dealing with every day with the Trump administration making people's lives more difficult. I'm choosing to fight the battles today against the Trump administration and look forward in ways that hopefully can lift people up, make people's lives better. I think that's what we need to be focused on. Happy to answer your questions, but I think that's our focus. It's got to be looking forward.
All right, I'm going to want to play 107, which is Governor Shapiro talking about the president's visit. But you'll notice he dropped every G. He's like he's from South Carolina. He doesn't say a single G. Everything's looking, talking, doing. Make of that what you will. 107, please.
I mean, if he comes to Pennsylvania and spews more BS like he did today at the White House, I think what you're ultimately going to find are people tuning him out, because folks can't unsee what they see when they go to the grocery store, which is that beef and OJ and bread and the normal staples that they need in their homes, those prices have dramatically increased on Donald Trump's watch. And so what you have is a president who seems to want to blame everybody else, whose economic policies are failing. As a result of his tariffs, things cost more whether you're at the grocery store or you are farmers. He's putting people out of business as a result of his economic policies. And I think folks are smarter and too smart to believe his rhetoric.
Nomi, if Dick Lugar was a 0 on the eve of his presidential bid and Bill Clinton was a 10 in terms of communication and candidate skills, where's Governor Shapiro? Dick Lugar 0, Bill Clinton 10. Where is Governor Shapiro?
In this interview or just in general?
No, in general, as exemplified by that interview.
I think this wasn't one of his strongest interviews, but I'd say he's about, when he gives a speech, it's great. A little too Obama for me, but I'd say he's like a 6.5. He has some room to grow.
Mark, 6.5?
I'd say like a 9. You can tell this guy is ready to go.
But you think his communication skills is on the border with Bill Clinton in 92?
In terms of
communication on TV, interviews,
skills, but in terms of
no, just presentation. No, presentation skills, ability to go on and drive a message on the economy. Where is he?
I'd say 7 or 8. He's tight. He's smart.
Wow.
Like in that instance, he's kind of low energy, but
yeah,
he can be pretty straightforward. But also, to Nomi's point, like the Obama thing, you could even see it, like the way he kind of speaks with his hands in like little twitchy ways. That was pretty interesting.
All right, Jason, go ahead, Nomi.
Just one thing to add there. He talked about the economy, but he didn't really talk about it. Like that's what I felt the disconnect. You can just rattle off OJ and you talk about how inflation is exactly where it was last year at this time. You talk about 50,000 jobs, manufacturing jobs lost, and how that affects Pennsylvanians. Like he's not connecting the dots between the people and the rhetoric, in my opinion.
And I agree with that. And although I don't read the chat, I glance at it, I agree with Professor Kenny. OJ is no longer with us. They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America. And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.